honored to have you here as we uphold our support to local artists and filmmakers. As part of our creative city, SM City Baguio will continue to open our space as a venue for your works to be seen and heard by the people. We will continue to be your stage as we present together your magnum opus to the world. Congratulations to all the filmmakers and to everyone who made the film festival possible. Thank you for helping our dear city bloom and uphold its title as a creative one. Again, good afternoon everyone, and together with SM City Baguio, let the film festival begin. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, Assistant Mall Manager of SM.
Alamin natin, ano ba ang mga factors na kinukonsider natin in bringing the cinema Herion? Pang-15 na po ito, ano?
Yes, po.
Dito sa Cordillera. Ano po, bakit napili nyo ang Cordillera?
Taon-taon po kasi umiikot ang Cinema Herion sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Pero na-outlook po noong 2020, no? Kasi nagsara lahat. For the past 2 years, online po ang Cinema Herion. So kami po natutuwa kay Sir Ferdy and Simon, no, na tinake on yung challenge na sagutin naman yung tawag na i-host ang Cinema Herion kasi oras na ng Luzon, panahon na ng Luzon.
So, panahon namin. Nauna ang Cordillera.
Opo.
So, proud kami na nauna. Pero alamin natin saan nagsimula ang Cinema Herion.
Sana pa rin si Mr. Teddy ko, no, yung aming pong chairman. Ako po ay nag-represent sa kanya. Actually, ano po yun, pet project niya po ang Cinema Herion 15 years ago. It was a call to unite ito po mga various film festivals all over the Philippines. Kasi po, hindi lang po, kaya po nasabi ng ating host, na hindi lang po, ni Sir National Artist Kita Tahimik, hindi lang po galing sa Manila o Tagalog ang pelikulang Pilipino. Marami po yan, napaka-diverse po. Kaya po, minarapat po noon kasi wala pong walang nag-spearhead na pagsama-samahin ito. So for this year po, dito po sa Baguio, matutunghayan nyo ang best regional films of various film festivals, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Parallel po ito sa Montañosa Film Festival. So maraming pong klase ng pelikula as programmed by our programmers. Aside from the best regional films, meron din po tayong thematic section po, cinema, memory, history. So ito naman po again, various filmmakers po, na ganda naman po ang tema niya. So sana po matunghayan nyo lahat. Libre po ito sa public, libre po siya.
Maraming salamat po ha. Dahil this is the 15th year of Cinema Herion, and this year they are collaborating with the Montañosa. So ito naman, panahon naman ng The Cordilleras. Maganda nga dahil naitaon din sa last week of Panagbanga Festival.
Yes.
Diba? So talagang buhay na buhay, very vibrant ang ating creative city of Baguio. So ay maraming salamat po muli Cinema Herion and NCCA. So
Ferdinand Isleta of NCCA.
NCCA.
Siya po ang head ng art section.
I think what is special po para sa taong ito, I think para kay Sir Fred, Ferdy Balanak, dahil sila po yung nag-organize ng film festival dito. Pero sa isa po sa tingin ko, no, ang NCCA kasi kami sa Padayon, sa loob ng 3 taon naging bahagi kami ng Montañosa Film Festival. At ngayon tingin ko mas malawak po, no, ang mga programang ginawa. At ngayon yung mas close yung partnership ng NCCA with Montañosa Film Festival. Kaya mas marami pong pelikula ang mga napili para maging bahagi ng festival. Pero I think si Sir pwedeng magsabi kung ano yung mga additional programs na pwedeng ginawa para sa taon ito. So,
okay. Aside from the usual Montañosa Film Festival program of films and film competition, this year kasi what happened was we've extended the production period for the films in competition. So finorgo namin yung competition this year so that we will allow our finalists in the films in competition, we're allowing them more time to produce their films so that we can come up with better quality and output, no? And all these films will go into competition next year. That's Montañosa Film Festival 2024. Yan. While they're producing their films, binabantayan yung production nila ng mga mentors natin. So we have three categories for competition, namely mobile films, documentary films, and narratives. Yeah. So aside from Montañosa Film Festival, this year we're really so happy that we were able to partner with Cinema Region. This time kasi yung objective naman ng Montañosa Film Festival, if aralin natin yung unang tema natin was Crossing Borders. That was in 2021 and that was at the height of the pandemic. Ang second na naging tema natin, which was last year, was mindset change for climate change. The Montañosa Film Festival has become a movement of sorts, no? We're using it as a vehicle to push for a better environment and also bring filmmakers together. This year for Cinema Region at Montañosa Film Festival, this year we're converging, no, with other regional film festivals and film festival directors through an event where we've invited the film festival directors from the different regional film festivals all over the country. So there are 31 registered and accredited film festivals, regional film festivals. And we're hoping that all the directors can come up to Baguio City in time for the convergence, where we intend to align our objectives, understand each other's unique objectives also, and probably come up with a calendar where we can co-support each other's festival. Yeah. So with regards to the calendar of activities and other events, I'd like to pass the mic on to our lead organizer, si Montañosa.
Yeah, so maraming salamat po sa pagdalo ngayon. So for the timeline, no, mga calendar of activities natin, by March 25, we're inviting all of you for our opening program here at SM City Baguio. Maraming salamat po SM for allowing us na i-hold ang ating event here sa ating Sky Garden. Then by March 26 will be our online screening. We'll be launching that. And then by March 27, unang-una po this year for Montañosa, that's the kick-off of our MFF Campus Caravan. Ito yung sinasabi natin kanina that we have already partnered with various young filmmakers, mga high schools pa lang, para mag-groom natin sila. That's from March 27 to March 31 dahil may component po yan na Lakbay Cine in partnership with the Cultural Center of the Philippines. Part po niyan would be various film workshops na gagawin sa schools na Baguio City National High School and Pine City National High School. What's good with this also is partner natin dito ang mga media arts students in implementing and launching the event. So doon pa lang, bidang-bida na rin ang ating mga kabataan. Apart from that is also the Filmakers Forum on March 30th, Baguio Country Club. Kasama-sama po dyan ang mga filmmakers natin here in Baguio, Cordillera, and of course, around the Philippines. Diyan po tayo mag-meet at pag-uusapan natin ang iba pang plano para mas mapalakas pa ang pelikulang Pilipino. Next is Cine Musicain, of course, will also be launched on the 25th of March. Ang ating food and music fair would be at Rose Garden. At syempre ang ating screening ay sa Baguio Athletic Bowl. Abangan po ninyo ang mga movies na mga ipapalabas po natin. We have short and full-length film coming from 1 Cinema Region, number 2 CCP, and of course the Montañosa films na produce ng ating mga kasamahan na nandito. And lastly, we also have our closing which would be on April 1. Sa April 1 din po, i-announce ang finalists ng ating 3 categories for the films in competition. So yun po, for the complete list ng ating mga activities you may get sa ating secretariat table po dito sa my right side.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Ray.
First, as a local filmmaker, I'd like to join the group of Ferdy Balanag in welcoming NCCA dito sa Cordillera and to Also, welcome Boots, welcome to Baguio. He was my former colleague in the NCCA Cinema yung last term. I spent 2 terms kasi ako sa NCCA. First was during the centennial year, no? So, I'm proud na nagkaroon ng representation ng indigenous peoples sa NCCA Cinema. So it's a co-opted sector, just like the mainstream filmmaker. Okay? And during the second term, ito na, kami yung pandemic team, and there were a lot of stories, no? Especially during the pandemic, many filmmakers were affected. Then tumulong ang NCCA and they taught us to vet. So okay naman, and nagkaroon ng mga assistance sa mga filmmakers. Now, for the city of Baguio, actually noon pa dapat nagkaroon ng cinema rehiyon dito sa Cordillera. It's just so happened that National Arts Month falls on a February. And we all know that February, nandyan yung Panagpenga, nandyan yung TMA host homecoming. No? So, kaya nagkaroon ngayon ng extension ng cinema rehiyon sa March. So, it happened again last year. But before that, meron ng mga earlier activities ang NCCA supported by the group of 30 here.
Tourism. Uso na ngayon ang different kinds of tourism. Food tourism, on medical tourism, ngayon on film tourism. How do you think ang advantage ng Cordillera on film tourism?
Thank you very much and good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I actually came here to support the Montañosa Film Festival organizers and to thank them and congratulate them for coming up again with the third film festival celebration and now collaborating with the NCCA. We're very fortunate because we have actually expanded the kinds of tourism that we can take advantage of. There are just so many things. The more traditional are of course what we know already. These are adventure tourism, these are the nature tourism, culture tourism, which actually is the strength of the Cordillera region. But we are wanting to also expand yung cultural tourism segments, and that is where film tourism comes in. When we talk of film tourism, it's actually about portrayal of local settings of films and movies, and they become very popular. And now it will bring about tours about the local, about the destination, because they have seen it in movies, they have seen it in films, no? And I know you are aware of that, no? Yung mga movies in Sagada, yung mga movies in Banawe, movies here in Baguio, yung mga Sharon and Gabi in the 80s, etc. No? So because of film tourism, this become very popular. And not only the destination itself, but even the specific locations, no? And expanding more to make it a real tourism. There should be a tour, no? About maybe it's also going to the studio, also meeting film directors, learning about the coming up of films, technical know-how, etc. And Baguio would really be the best venue for that, since what we're doing right now is actually solidifying our positioning as a creative city. And we are the most qualified to really to host things or activities like that, no? And it will expand now the option, or it will give more options for people to travel or to experience something different, no? And so we actually welcome this kind of development. We welcome this kind of events because it will give people understanding and also the opportunity to experience the Filipino way of life, no? So we are congratulating you for coming up with this event again. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Director Joby. Now, let's
Picture of the Montañosa ay si Jaime Morados. Ay, katabi niya ay si 2021 winner Red Aquino. So, question is, this year, do you guys have entry for this year? Or are you guys going to partake with the workshops? Ano yung role ninyo for this year's Montañosa run?
This year we're gonna be watching the other films. May mga rerun yun ng mga Montañosa Film Festival, so we're just representing the films that already won. So yeah, we're just here as an audience and enjoying it with everyone else.
So this time you're an audience.
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
Very young. Mukhang ako lang ang pinakamatanda. Okay. So we also have Mr. Red Aquino, our 2022
winner
2021.
Montañosa Best Picture. Ayan, so what happened with your career after ninyong manalo? You, Mr. Red, ano yung nangyari sa career mo after mong manalo as Best Picture winner of Montañosa in 2021? Kasi 2021, pandemic pa rin to, daming lockdown, and then how were you able to do your things on your own na nanalo ka na ng Montañosa, and what happened?
Actually, same lang sa dati. Just taking my time, not rushing into... Kasi iba, they tend to just rush into making more outputs after the first one. I'm just taking my time for now. And so festival, ang role ko lang for this year is just be a part of the documentation team. Yun lang.
Ayan, so ito, how about you, Jaime?
Agahio the Dreamers po, that's the name of the film that won the Montañosa Best Picture in 2022. What I did na lang was I continued the journey sa mga film festival. So I'm really blessed na it became a Montañosa Film Festival was really the starting point of Agahio the Dreamer, because the rest of the year it became part of CNN Best Filipino Films of 2022. It was also part of the 7 Pelikulang Pilipino in the Cineista section. So there it won a special mention for music. And different regional film festivals that Sir Purdy was mentioning, Binasaya Film Festival, Young Asian Fantastic Film Festival in Davao, a few international ones. So ayun, in terms of career with that film, it's really the one that pumped it up. It was also the film that got me, connections and the resources to make my most recent film, which is Ang Pagliligtas sa Dalagang Bukid, which was in Cusinoma International Film Festival last November, and we're gonna be seeing a lot more of it this year.
Wow, tingnan mo nga naman, no? It's because of Montañosa Film Festival na naging daan for them to flourish in their own career in film industry, and this
Many opportunities.
and these are young filmmakers, so
Sir Butch Ibanez.
I believe, well, initially the budget was 1 million, but after deliberations po ng NCCA, nag-add po na siya 500,000, so it's 1.5 for Cinema Rayon.
Thank you, sir. My next question, siguro anybody can answer this question. We'd like to know, how are the independent filmmakers now, and how are they during the pandemic, and how are they now? Ano po mga kalagayan ng ating mga independent filmmakers?
Sir Butch Ibanez.
Okay, well, admittedly, malaki po ang tama nung pagsasara ng sinihan for 2-3 years. Even when they opened last year on a limited basis, I think, daman niya rin po dito sa Baguio. But I think yung pong huling MMFF was very encouraging yung results po, kasi we saw na nanumbalik ang panonood sa sinihan, at napansin po namin nag-shift yung gusto ng tao in terms of yung klase ng kwento. So yung mga dating namamayagpat, nagbago po, nagbago yung preference. Posible po dahil marami sa atin na sa online, medyo alam na natin yung klase ng mga kwento na gusto natin panoorin. Because of that, I think ang mga producers po mas willing ngayon na mag-produce ng mga pelikula, and then various film festivals are now being hatched again, yung mga plans to do online face-to-face screening o on-site screenings. Ang ano po kasi ang sining ng pelikula, it's sinasabi po natin na food for the soul, no? Ano po yan expression. So hindi naman po yata mawawala ang yung drive nitong mga filmmakers po na gumawa ng pelikula. But patuloy po yun, yung thirst to express through film. But ang maganda po ngayon with things slowly getting back into the groove again, po, sana po ay manumbalik ulit ang sigla ng industriya.
Selecting 21 entries, tama po ba? The final 21, tama po?
24.
24.
Yeah, 8 per category.
8 per category. Sir, so far ngayon, ilan na po ang mga entries na pumasok?
We received 87 submissions of entries.
As of now, so.
By the way, I forgot to mention, ang mga finalists will be receiving seed money to produce their films.
Magkano po yun, sir?
Documentary, 40,000 pesos each po. 50,000 po sa narrative and sa mobile. This year, we'll be giving them 10,000 each. Last year kasi it's still experimental, so wala kami nabigan. At least this year, we found a way to actually give them din naman. Then, maliban pa po dyan, meron silang of course cash prizes next year kapag nanalo po.
So, congratulations. Final question po. Are there indie films, especially from the Cordilleras, that were internationally or nationally released already?
Yes.
Maybe we know mga films po natin.
Well, we have the Headhunter's Daughter was recently, di ba, sa Sundance Film Festival siya nakaan. Andyan yung mga films ng mga winners natin dito, like si Jaime Morados. So his film Agahio the Dreamer went on to different festivals, not just in the Philippines but internationally. Marami tayong mga magaling ang mga filmmakers natin dito sa Cordillera.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat, Sir Rico. Now, lastly, we have
Question po is for Sir Festival Director po. Sir, how do you help young filmmakers enrich their talent po? Will you conduct lectures, workshop po ba? Yung mga artists na gusto acting, matutunan sa cinematography and
Well, the Montañosa Film Festival intends to continue with its training and workshops. No? Even after the festival, we're just like trying to look for resources to sustain, yung trainings with the purpose of like bettering the craft of filmmaking, especially for our younger filmmakers and aspiring filmmakers. So we're reaching out this year to the major universities, and we're partnering with them and making sure that instead of inviting them to come to our screenings and trainings, we're bringing these trainings and workshops closer to them. So we're bringing it to their schools. Yeah. We do have the film talks, no? Both online and face-to-face, which we've done for the past 2 years, and we intend to continue doing that. And we intend to make the trainings, workshops, and talks parang a year-round thing, para consistent din, since we want nga to monitor yung and mentor yung development ng young filmmakers natin.
Sorry, so lang i-announce na yung nagtatanong sa atin dito is John Trice from University of Baguio, one of our finalists for the mobile film category. So she's from Abra.
Maraming salamat, JP and Dana.
Ayan. And
Before we move on,
Mr. Red Aquino.
Supportahan po natin itong festival para ma-maintain na ganun siya palagi at hindi mawala. Para mas ma-encourage pala na dumami sumali. Thank you.
And next, Mr. Jaime Morados. Ayun, which by the way pala, ang kanyang film ay recognized by the CNN. Wow.
Majority of the film festivals in the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken, they accept finished films already. So what's really unique about Montañosa is that they really guide the filmmakers with developing their story. Kasi they come to the festival with just a script, and they have to be the ones to paint the picture verbally to the jury. So it's really a blessing that we have, the well-known jury helping us make our films, and it's really great to support, those filmmakers as well. Kasi pinapakita ko nila yun talaga. Kasi sobrang it's a very, very challenging process making that film, especially if you have a festival backing you from the start already. So yeah, let's support Cinema Region and Montañosa Film Festival this year.
Yan naman short a message po from Mr. Arthur Tibado.
Yeah, in the Cordillera or Montañosa, we do not shout, lights, camera, action. We say, ready when you are. Ayayo, sige, shoot long. That's how we do it. And in the Cordillera, there are a lot of interesting subjects here. So we have the mountains, we have the culture, we have the local arts. So with this Cinema Region, we hope that in the years to come, more filmmakers will join local festivities such as Cinema Region and Montañosa Film Festival. Congratulations, Mr. Tibado.
And thank you po, Sir Tibado. Next, we have Mr. Ferdinand Esleta.
Muling ipagbati ko sa Montañosa Film Festival at salamat po sa pagiging partner ng NCCA. Pero gusto ko lang din kunin ang pagkakataon nito na sa pag-iwan po ng National Arts Month, isa lang po ang Montañosa Film Festival sa ginaganap na iba't ibang art activities sa buong bansa. Ang pitong sining po, ang Architectural Arts, ay meron po ginaganap na programang Saan Ka Lugar, isa po itong konferensya, at ang cinema nga po ay ang Cinema Region. Para po sa dance, meron pong nagaganap na Sayaw Pinoy. It's a dance concert happening in a different part of the country. For dramatic arts, meron silang Tanghal at Theater Festival. Sa literary po, meron silang Panitikan, Panunduman, isa po itong poetry reading at mga konferensya din. Sa music, meron po silang Musika Punaan, at sa visual arts, ang bagong visual. So ito po yung mga programang nagaganap. At katatapos naman po ng ginanap na 6 ng daan, at meron po tayo dito mga nagwaging filmmakers. Ito po ay paggawad ng sa mga nagbigay ng karangalan sa ating bansa. At 11 po sa ating nasa film sector ang nabigyan ng parangal sa Malacanang ating Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos at sa kudang si Ms. Dani Tilian. So, yun po, sana po ito ay maging patuloy ang paglunayan natin. At sa mga eskwelahan po, dito sa Cordillera, meron po kaming program sa NCCA na Speakers Bureau Program, kung saan, kung ang eskwelahan po ninyo ay gustong magkaroon ng workshop sa film, ganun din po sa ibang art form, maaari po kayo humingi ng request sa NCCA para sa mga resource persons. We provide honoraria for that. At para po sa susunod na taon, babalik po siguro kami dito sa Baguio para muli kayong imbitahan para mag-submit ng mga proposals sa NCCA. Nagbibigay po kami sa film ng grant for filmmakers para sa pag-produce ng pelikula, sa mga workshop at saka sa mga festivals. Para sa karagdagang kaalaman, bisitahin lang po ang aming NCCA website. Maraming salamat po ulit po.
Up next, Mr. Bush Ibanez, short message please.
Maraming salamat po sa Montañosa Film Festival, at especially to SM Baguio for the support. Hindi po biro ang mag-conduct ng film festival. Wala po kayong kawala. Ang Cinema Region at Montañosa Film Festival will be shown on-site, it will be shown online, and it will be shown on-air sa Free TV po, sa Solar Flix. So, wala po kayong kawala. So, sana po ay mapanood ninyo ang mga pelikula ngayong Marso at Abril. Marso hanggang Abril. So, yun po. Salamat po sa suporta.
Salamat. At ngayon naman po kunin natin ang message from the Regional Director of DOT CAR, Ms. Jovi Ganong.
Yes, again, we wish to congratulate Montañosa Film Festival and the rest of the men and women behind what will be happening this March to April. We're happy that Baguio City is such a very vibrant city, teeming with arts and culture, and we have so many artists here. And so let's continue supporting them, the filmmakers, because they are the ones that really portray the Filipino way of life, the culture, the values, the traditions, and everything that we are proud about. And actually, that is what we also showcase in tourism. So they're a very important channel, or they're a very important instrument in promoting tourism as a whole, the destination as a whole, because we're not just looking at tourism sites, we're also looking at people, who they are. And so they really bridge understanding of who we are outside of the Philippines, and yung interregional understanding. So, and we also encourage you to perhaps really look into looking at destinations and sites as your setting in films. No, in that way you can really help communities become very popular, no? But in a very, very responsible way. No, it has to be portrayed realistically in a way about the culture, about who they are as people, their tradition, their rituals. I think kayo dapat ang nagbibigay ng tamang understanding at tamang yung totoong kultura, no? Kasi kung minsan nababago yan, no, through film. So again, you have a very big responsibility, and we thank you for doing what you do, and please continue because you are helping our society. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat po. Ngayon naman, a message from the lead organizer of the MFF, Mr. Raymond Sakiwat.
Raymond had to check on the cinema already. So the movie cinema starts 6 sharp.
By 6 o'clock, papalabas na po ang The Highest Peak. It was a film by R.B. Barona. Ayan. So 6 o'clock, and then later on, susunod na po tayo sa ating cocktails by sunset, and later on you can proceed with your questions sa ating mga panelists. But mensahe.
My message is basically just saying thank you to everyone that made it here this afternoon, and thank you very much to SM City Baguio for supporting the Montañosa Film Festival. Our panelists here who gave their time to come here to present our programs and the festival activities and other things. I'd like to thank the media that came to support, to attend this media launch, the digital content creators, bloggers, and people that will help us promote this festival and get word out there, so that we get more people to enjoy what we have in store for everyone in Cinema Region at Montañosa Film Festival. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat po muli to the members of our panels. And now, ang susunod na po natin ay cocktails, sunset cocktails. So let's proceed po dito sa area na to, and let's continue having this discussion one-on-one with our members of the panels. Thank you so much for joining the media launch.